Hey everybody, welcome back. So, recently I was going through my game analysis forum on chess.com where people can send me games. I had thought that it died, but it actually got reactivated by a few members who posted some games, and so I decided I should go in ahead and check this game out because it wasn't sent in that long ago. And so, our user that sent in this game is rated about 1200, and they played this game as white, and they played b3, this Larson opening. And I myself have never been a big fan of it, probably just because of that Spassky-Larson game where Larson got crushed, playing this as white, and Spassky just did a really good job. But not that this is a bad opening, just after that I haven't wanted to play it. Okay, so bishop g4, pinning the knight. The pawn on e5 isn't really attacked, or isn't really defended, but it is attacked by the bishop on b2, and so black plays e4, so that way the pawn isn't attacked. I don't think that this was the best choice, though, because it's just kind of opening up this bishop, and now this bishop just looks wonderful. Another idea black could have tried is, maybe just bishop d6, and, you can maybe even play f6, potentially, which you are playing f6, but you are shutting down the diagonal. So I still think that best is bishop d6. Just play it safe, probably. That's what I would play. e4, d3, queen g5, bishop takes c6 check, b takes, and then g3. So I don't like the idea of playing g3 as a way of defending the pawn, because you're weakening all of these light squares, so that if you castle kingside, these squares are kind of weak, and black has this light squared bishop that maybe can create problems. So maybe another way to defend the pawn is possibilities of, if one is taking, and if queen takes g2, you have queen to f3 because it's defended by the knight, and the queen is defending the rook, and everything holds itself together. That's one possibility. And if black goes ahead and takes, then you can go with knight e2, and if the queen takes, I think that white's at least getting a little bit of activity here, maybe, and you get things like this going on, and so that's what I like. And if that's me personally, I like that. Let's go ahead and let's get back to the main game, though. Okay, so after g3, we have bishop to g4, developing the bishop with a tempo. Queen d2, bishop to f3. I don't know that we'll actually be giving up the bishop when there's all of these potential weak light squares. Also because black has the bishop pair. Knight takes, and not to mention the pawn weakness. I mean, okay, I guess you are saying it's taking some squares close to the king, but I say it could also become a weakness. Let's see, bishop e4, a3, and let's fast forward a little bit here. White wins a pawn, and then let's see, after bishop takes g7, white's just up a pawn, and it's pretty clean. And black does have some pawn weaknesses as well as being down a pawn. Bishop takes e7. So this is what I kind of thought about this move for a minute, because I said, would I have taken that knight or not? On the one hand, I'm simplifying when there's, the pawn plus for me. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, maybe I don't want to go into a rook endgame only up one pawn. Because I don't know, will that one pawn be enough? But maybe plus the weaknesses of the pawns, that could be enough. So I would probably have taken. But I would probably stop to think about it for a minute. But I think I would have eventually chosen the same move. Okay, king d2, d4, and I think that that's kind of helping white because white could actually just take the pawn and then open up the file for rooks, and then the rooks can get into the game. This is the only thing that white really has that's a problem right here, is you need to work to get the rooks in. But eventually that won't be too much of the problem. And again, you could just take there and just get that rook in. Okay, c4 check, king d6, e6, and now the rooks get open files. Okay, rook g8, rook g to e8, rook a to e1. Okay, but you can actually just take this pawn here, I think. Can you? Yeah, you can actually just take because you get the check. That's right. Okay, and let's see, rook. Rook takes e4, rook takes e4. c5. Rook f4. b8. Rook ft8. Oh no, rook takes f7, rook e8. King d2, and okay, the rook can come in. Okay, so maybe white should play taking the pawn. That way, at least after the rook comes out with the check, you're not dropping the f-pawn. King d1, rook takes f2, king e1. And then we have just a rook endgame. And then, let's see here. Aim for king e6, rook f2, rook a1, king e2. Alright, and we'll just go fast forward to this pawn ending where black is able to hold because he uses the opposition properly. And this pawn, although being extra, is kind of hard to do something with because black has a lot of pieces on b4, so there's no real pushing. And then black just uses the opposition properly, and we'll just fast forward until the game gets the draw. But yeah, interesting game, some interesting points there. I think probably the key turning point where it became a draw was somewhere around, let's go back, because I just want to show it. Probably here, once this rook got to the 7th rank, I think that was a major thing for black. Because once this rook gets to e2, and you kind of lose that pawn, I think that black gets some activity for the rook, and he's able to get some counter chances, and just to kind of keep the game a little bit more balanced. Alright. Yeah, so that's probably the main thing. Avoid letting your opponent get a rook to the 7th or 2nd rank, because really, if a rook gets somewhere like that, it can compensate for material deficits, as black did in this game. Alright, well, that's it for this video. Alright, bye.